FM 94.9.
Good morning and welcome to the Break of Dawn newspaper review on 32 FM 94.9. I am Adenike Ademuwagun.
Very good morning to you. I am Olutayo Ogunade.
The Punch this morning and the Daily Post and other papers that we'll be touching. From the Punch, Soludo's position doesn't reflect Southeast stand. Obi Khan meets Tinubu Atiku today. Atiku Obi today. Court halts Nigeria Air. Ministers says project unstoppable. By the log of the Punch, you find exposed criminals on Lagos-Ibadan Expressway. IG tells communities. To the major story, Tinubu campaign. VIPs hit plateau with 30 private chartered jets. Tinubu promises to neutralize terrorist criminals, assures supporters. No election winner will be denied mandate irrespective of party. Buhari. President gives Tinubu flag. Lagos lawmaker slums dies after rally. Ngige hates ASU responsible for half pay. 3 more stories and we move to another paper. Diri carpet minister for downplaying Bayelsa flood. To the right corner on the Punch, you find BDC operators kidnap colleague's 8-year-old child in Lagos. And finally on the Punch, Nigeria's population hits 216 million.
From Premium Times, and as my very first story, first newspaper here, I did my little as governor. You should do more, as Professor Peter Obi replies. Soludo. More from Premium Times. COP27, Nigeria can't fund climate actions, Buhari says, a year after making net zero pledge. 2023, how I'll revive Nigeria's economy. Atiku, Imo killings. Buhari orders investigation as police call for calm. CBN's past exchange rate management tools better than current model. Oshibajo, 2023. Nigerians want next president to prioritize security. Airstrikes eliminate terrorists in Kaduna. That's an official statement there. Reps panel summons Total orders over 85 billion tax. Half salary. Nigerian lecturers protest in Abeokuta. 2023, Buhari pledges to work for Tinubu's election. CBN's funding of government deficit will make inflation worse. IMF, Nigeria inflation surges amid high food energy prices. And Ned Nwoko challenges Wike to disclose source of livelihood outside politics.
Daily Post, Trump announces 2024 presidential bid. We can also find Reps panel invites EFCC, DSS, others over 6.5 billion naira unpaid revenue from Lagos Trade Fair Complex. Federal government not interested in funding public universities. ASU. You can also find Nigerian military eliminates bandits. Bandit leaders Alaji Ghana and Lilu Buzu. Trader docked over failure to repay over 100,000 naira debt to bread vendor. 5G auction driven by pursuit of better quality of life, not revenue. NCC boss Dambata. You can also find on the Daily Post this morning. IPOB allegedly abducts Navy man after visiting mother in Anambra. Away from that, dead party, dead fish. Dead party, dead fish can never be sweet. Tinubu mocks PDP, Atiku. Ado killings. Benue Council Chairman James Oche writes autumn. And 2 more stories and we move to another paper. Lagos lawmaker Abdusobu Omititi dies at Tinubu rally in Jos. And finally, Buhari stopped Nigeria from sinking. Tinubu.
All right, from Daily Trust, Obi to Soludo, I governed Anambra as a trader. It's your time to deliver as a professor. Tinubu 2023 election is a fight for Nigeria's soul. Lawmaker who attended Tinubu's Jos rally slumps dice. So there is an alternative to strike. NEMA distributes relief materials to Plateau flood victims. How death of friends exposed to rot in Niger hospitals. Another one, food inflation soars to highest level in 2022. Buhari leads governors, senators to Jos as Tinubu kicks off campaign. Fire outbreak at Kano market. Naira redesign. Gains or grains prices crash days after a record surge. Food prices soar as inflation hits 21% highest in 17 years. Food prices soar as inflation hits 21% highest in 17 years. Why we increased polling units to 13,325 in Lagos. INEC will be tied them. Obasanjo blasts opponents of girl-child education. Wike bans use of presidential or residential areas for campaign offices. One more here before we go to another paper. God bless PD. Tinubu goes in first campaign outing. The PD, APC.
To the Vanguard.
And we'll talk about the dead fish,
Dead party.
You know what came to my mind? You know what they call it? Okweko.
No.
Oh.
Truck crushes to the Vanguard. Truck crushes two policemen, in Ekiti. National security, federal government impounds over 20 unregistered couriers, logistic operators in Lagos. Deworming, Ogun targets 1 million children, 400,000 adults. Still on the Vanguard, police uncover 2 decomposing bodies in Bauchi. Kidnapping, IGP tightens security on Lagos-Ibadan highway. You can also find presidency, would Igbo wait for Atiku before taking turn? That's an editorial. ASU begins protest against no work, no pay policy. Kuka cautions supporters against dying for politicians. 2023's fight to define Nigeria's soul. This is coming from Tinubu. Fire raises warehouse in Kano State. Nigeria CSO win international award for tackling corruption at ports. And more stories. Can starts engagement with presidential candidates. Meets Tinubu others today. 2023, we stand with Khan on Muslim ticket, Catholic nights. And some more stories, and we go on our first commercial break. Delta government to empower 5,000 artisans in 2023. You can also find fuel subsidy to go by June 2023, says Finance Minister. And finally, Peter Obi, Soludo will answer to Igbo deities. This is coming from Ohanize. We go on our first commercial break. We'll be back with the analysis shortly.
Stay tuned to 32 FM 94.9.
Yay!
What? Is it money?
What I bought on Jumia is here!
Jumia, here? And where are you going?
To pick it up! Jumia is now in Dalupo with a pickup station close to you, located at Shop 4, Able God Plaza, Eleshingodogbo bus stop, along Iwo Expressway, Adewumi, Ibadan, Oyo State. You can now shop for all your everyday needs at ease on Jumia and have it delivered to the pickup station for you to receive your order. You can also prepare online or when you collect your order at the pickup station and even place your order there. Shop now on Jumia. Jumia, your everyday delivered.
Better don land o! Close Up toothpaste don carry the senior brother of Awoof enter town. When you buy 140 grams Close Up, you go get free 25 grams Close Up complete fresh protection with no extra cost. That is to say, for every 140 grams Close Up red toothpaste wey you buy, free 25 grams Close Up complete fresh protection dey there for you. Make una rush am as e dey hot before e finish. Close Up, stay fresh and protected.
Ẹ̀yin tèmi àtún ti gbèdé o lójú ẹsẹ̀ tó ń gbóná pẹ̀lú ìfilọ́lẹ̀ Glow Festival of Joy.
Ayẹyẹ tó yílẹ̀ ayé yẹn padà látọwọ́ Glow ni.
Gbàgede tó kún fún àwọn ẹ̀bùn jàǹkànjàǹkàn fún jíjẹ.
Ilé
ọkọ̀ tuntun.
ọkọ̀ mẹ́rìnlélógún tuntun.
ẹ̀rọ ọgọ́rùn-ún kan tó ń pèsè iná.
ẹ̀rọ ìrọṣọ ọgọ́rùn-ún méjì. ẹ̀rọ afátẹ́gùn tó ń gbaná sára ẹgbẹ̀rún kan.
àtàwọn ẹgbẹ̀rún lọ́nà ẹgbẹ̀rún ẹ̀bùn tó ká màmá.
ṣé àti tẹ *611# láti darapọ̀ mọ́ wọn kó o sì jẹ nínú ìfilọ́lẹ̀ Glow Festival of Joy. ra dátà tí ó tó ẹgbẹ̀rún lọ́nà ọgọ́rùn-ún náírà lásìkò ìfilọ́lẹ̀ yìí. ó tẹ̀lé jẹ̀bú ilé tó o bá dẹ̀ ra ìwé ìpè tàbí dátà láti $100 sí ẹgbẹ̀rún 10 náírà lóṣooṣù lọ́sẹ̀ẹsẹ̀ àbí lójoojúmọ́. wàá ní àǹfààní àti jẹ ẹ̀bùn ọkọ̀ tuntun ayọ́kẹ́lẹ́ kan pẹ̀lú àwọn ẹ̀bùn tó ká màmá.
má kàn rẹpẹtẹ kó lọ́nà gẹ̀rẹ̀.
tẹ *611# ní báyìí láti darapọ̀ kó o dẹ̀ máa jẹ lọ. ìfilọ́lẹ̀ yìí ń bẹ láti oṣù kẹwàá ọdún 2022 títí di oṣù kìíní ọdún 2023. àdéhùn àti àsọtẹ́lẹ̀ ó ń bẹ o.
Glow Unlimited.
Zenith Real Estate and Properties Limited ń ṣàjọ̀dún ọdún méjì. Gbẹ̀dẹ̀mukẹ́ promo la fi ṣe láti sìn títí di ìparí ọdún. Olóko ògbówó ní Treasure Land Estate Lálàbàtà Abẹ́òkúta $100,000 péré ni. Greenland Estate Lálàbàtà yìí kan náà $200,000 péré nìyẹn. Achievers Estate nídò Ìbàdàn ó ti di $450 báyìí. Kings Park Estate ní Mọ́níyà $1 million péré ni. Bákan náà látúndílẹ̀ ní Rehoboth Park and Garden Lélẹ́kùrú Mọ́níyà Sun City Estate Alábàtà Mọ́níyà. Lásìkò àjọ̀dún ọdún méjì àti Ember promo yìí ẹ wá kọ́fà tó lé ńlẹ̀. 100 blọọkù ń bẹ lẹ́sẹ̀pẹ́ fún gbogbo ń bá tó bá ṣe tá àti kọ́lé. ẹ̀bùn ọdún ti kólẹ̀ falafala ráìsì ẹran òróró àti bẹ́ẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ. èrò bá mi ká lọ sí Zenith Real Estate and Properties Limited beside Aremu Block Industry opposite IITA Mọ́níyà Ìbàdàn tàbí second floor Osana House adjacent Mao filling station Ọlọ́run ṣògo road Abẹ́òkúta. 0901-697-4421 tàbí 081-3871-4860. Zenith Real Estate and Properties Limited. Asọ̀dún ayọ̀.
No matter what I do, you love me unconditionally. You show up for me every day. No matter when I show you.
A mother's love is unconditional. Nothing serves this love better than a bowl of Indomie. So, show some love with Indomie.
Show me love. You show me love.
Hi, my name is Tenny Makanaki, and did you know the metaverse is made for us to create, to free our imagination, and bring our biggest ideas to life? If you can dream it, you can create it. With Metaspark, your music isn't just for your fans at home. Your augmented reality stage can be anywhere. Dress up your avatar and give it some bling. And your next art piece can also be a one-of-a-kind digital collectible. So what are you waiting for? Come flex first in the metaverse with Meta Technologies. Naija, go to meta.com to discover how.
Ọlọ́run wòlíì Sàmúdù àlọ́ Adámimógo máa rìnrìn agbára bóyá ká lọ gbàre wá.
Ìsọjí ọjọ́ mẹ́sàn-án pẹ̀lú dedication Adámimógo Jesus City ló máa bẹ̀rẹ̀. Adámimógo Global Convention ọjọ́ ayọ̀ ti 2022. Àkòrí tí Ọlọ́run fún wòlíì rẹ̀. Prọfẹ̀sà Olúwaná Adámimógo ìtúsílẹ̀ pátápátá. Látọjọ́ Friday 25th November di Sunday 4 December ní o. Iṣẹ́ agbára ọlọ́kọ̀ ìjọ̀kan máa ṣe pẹ̀lú ìpè Ọlọ́run lórí àwọn ìránṣẹ́. Àwọn olórí ẹ̀mí bíi sí aláwìyé àlùkò. Bùkọ́lá àti Adéṣẹ́wọlé Jésù. Esther Ìgbẹ́kẹ̀lé. Ìlàjà Kétódì Ọlọ́run Sọ́bẹ̀. Adéyínká Aláṣeyọrí. Pásítọ̀ S. Ọládélé CAC President Worldwide. Prọfẹ̀sà Olúwaná Adámimógo. Wọ́n máa súre fún gbogbo èèyàn. Àǹfààní one-on-one counseling tó máa wá o. Ní Jesus City ti Adámimógo. Tó wà ní Ìbẹ̀jú Lẹ́kì Ẹ̀pẹ́ Expressway. Ìlàmìjà Village. Beside Alaro City Lega. Ẹ̀rí ọjọ́ ayọ̀. Àjọ máa sọ ni.
On my way, I get one question for you. Sure you know say better sleep they improve how you dey live. Oh. If you rest for better phone like Mukafo, you go enjoy your life. Oh. You go battle yourself. Oh. For play or for work, Mukafo. Now we then they want to. Quality guaranteed, Mukafo. Satisfaction assured. Oh. Medical endorsement, we get them. We don't pay our dues. Affordable product, we confirm now. Mukafo, Mukafo na correct. Mukafo na baba. Mukafo na forest. Muka no get our. If you dey talk of comfort, if you dey talk of rest, if you want value for your money, now Mukafo be yo.
Muka, adding comfort to life since 1959.
Discount. On Junior Black Friday, no go jackpot because of Black Friday.
beat Sakpa with Jumia Black Friday. From November 4th till the 30th, you can get access to all those products you've had your eyes on all year at prices that will leave some change in your pocket. You also don't have to pay for delivery fees on thousands of products when you order above 1,999 naira. T's and C's apply.
Jumia, your everyday delivered. 32 FM, 94.9.
And we're back. You're on to the Break It Down newspaper review on 32 FM 94.9. It's 46 minutes gone past 6 o'clock. And it's time to dive into the stories. I am Adenike Ademuwagun.
Good morning once again. I am Olutayo Ogunade. Austin Udumu joins us for some analysis. Good morning, Austin.
Good morning, Tayo.
Good morning. Good morning. So yesterday, I think the highlight was the APC presidential campaign flag off in Jos. Buhari also arrived at Jos. And a lot of things were said about, after all the things that's happened in Plateau State, he didn't bring his jets and his entourage, and now it's time for campaign, and he's coming to Jos to campaign alongside the presidential candidate Bola Ahmed Tinubu. And also there were a couple of things that happened at the campaign ground, that something about mispronouncing a particular party name over the one that they were at.
Yes, indeed, the APC flagged up their presidential campaign in Jos, Plateau State yesterday. This came after more speculation and heated, seemingly controversy about how that should go. But luckily, the APC hierarchy has been able to close rank, and today is on record that they've been able to flag up their campaign, whether the president brought jet or any other person for that matter. I think this is an electionary campaign. You see politicians doing more of what they can't do ordinarily, but it's about themselves and it's about the vote. It's ordinarily expected. Over 30 private. And chartered jets landed in Jos yesterday, just for presidential campaign, in a country where the government says we are broke, in a country where lecturers are being paid half salary. So this is what you get. You see politicians coming out at this particular point in time to do certain things for the purpose of election. I'm not particularly disturbed when I hear stuff or I see politicians doing such. When you accuse politicians of being political, what is the duty of a politician? It's to play politics. So that's the way it goes. There's also this viral news that the presidential candidate of the APC says, God bless the PDP. That was also a major highlight, especially on the social media. Yes, we expect more of that, where aspirants, those vying for position, who have to climb the podium and make a certain mistake. Just, I think about a week ago, Dino Melaye also made a similar statement by climbing the podium and saying to the crowd that they should vote for the APC. You understand? So it's not common and forced with Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu. It's all about politics. And I feel presidential candidates, even governorship candidates, and others seeking for elective position, this is the time they climb the podium and people look at their body language. You want to see what they utter. Don't forget the top to bottom slogan. That comment was also made at a campaign ground. So, like I said earlier, it's all about election. We are going to be seeing and hearing more about that yesterday. And for those who want to kill themselves for PDP and APC or any other party for that matter, Asiwaju and Atiku ran into themselves yesterday at the presidential wing of Ogunade Azikiwe International Airport, Abuja. They extend pleasantry, which suggests that their relationship till today is still cordial. So I'm just appealing to timid supporters out there who may want to kill themselves, create enmity because of party support or what have you. So we should be very careful. These top people, they know how they meet, they know where they meet.
All right, thank you so much for that. The presidential candidate of the Labour Party, Peter Obi, told Governor of Anambra State, Professor Chukwuma Soludo, to do better than he did while he governed the state. Soludo's position doesn't reflect Southeast stand. Obi, that's one from the Punch newspaper.
Yes, I love the disposition and the response of Peter Obi. He didn't take it too far. Some people are trying to whip up sentiment, saying that, oh, as an Igbo man, you are supposed to support an Igbo man. Some people, maybe a section of the Ohanese, they said they are going to invoke the deity on Chukwuma Soludo. And I begin to wonder, who invoked deity on Afenifere or Pahayo Adebanjo when they left their own son and decided to endorse someone from the southeast? We should be allowed to make our choices. I do not think if Soludo had come out to say Obi is the best man for the job, he would have been vilified. You understand? So there's no point playing to the gallery. What Soludo said was expression of his personal opinion, saying that the way things stand across the country with reality on ground, Obi might not be able to win the presidential election. That is the popular sentiment of so many Nigerians. You understand? Not as if Obi is not a good presidential candidate, but a lot of people just feel that based on the political terrain for now, it might not be actually right for Obi to clinch the presidency of Nigeria come 2023. So it's about his personal opinion. And I love the response of Peter Obi. He said, I am a businessman, you are a professor, so you can do it better. If you can do it better, government is a continuum. I've done my bit, you are there now, do your bit. He talks about investment that is almost worthless now compared to the time they were made. Let's also look at inflation, time value of money. The current economic review in the country, was it as the same at that time those investments were made? So this is the reality. So I'm happy this morning that Peter Obi took this criticism in good faith and is forging ahead with his campaign. It shouldn't be about that. Peter Obi was mentioning it constantly that Chukwuma Soludo remain my brother. He is still my brother and we are very close. So let us not create a mountain out of a molehill. You can decide to make your own opinion that Peter Obi is the best man for the job. This idea of ethnic sentiment, he's supposed to have supported his brother and all of this, it doesn't really matter. You can't find a situation where all Northerners will support Atiku Abubakar. All the people from the Southwest cannot support Bola Ahmed Tinubu. You don't expect all the people from the Southeast too to support Peter Obi. You know, when Afenifere endorsed Peter Obi, a lot of people clap for Afenifere. They say, oh, what Afenifere is doing is good. Afenifere of Pahayo Adebanjo. Even didn't fall. So Chukwuma Soludo has only one vote. His opinion does not represent the generality of opinion in the Southeast. That does not mean that if God permits that Peter Obi wins the election, that it can happen. But we are talking about permutation and the current political reality in the country. I don't think Soludo should be crucified for that particular piece of opinion.
All right, President Muhammadu Buhari returned to the country on Sunday night, marking his 10th medical return trips from London and 237 days of either treating or checking undisclosed ailments abroad in the last 7 years. And now, what has Buhari's 237-day medical trips cost taxpayers? We have the headline here. Despite Buhari's pledge to cut cost, presidential fleet racks up 64.15 billion naira.
I think it's unfair, and the president has not done well in that area. Who said this yesterday at the campaign rally? I think it was Yaya Bello, that all the things the president promised, the APC chairman, that all the president has delivered on his promises. I said the president did not promise hunger in 2015 and 2019. He didn't promise increased rate of unemployment. He didn't promise that some of the things that we face today, we are going to be facing them. So to come and simply tell us by fear that the president has delivered on his campaign promises, of course, in some area, he may have delivered successfully. But in terms of general note, I think it's still a far cry. Headline inflation just reached a peak of 21%, the highest in about 17 years. And people are finding it very difficult to feed. The president was one of the major people in Nigeria who contested and criticized the keeping of a bogus presidential fleet before he assumed power. I remember vividly on so many occasions, more than one, more than twice, that the president will criticize the former president Goodluck Jonathan that while going to an international summit or an international engagement with a very large delegation. But we have seen under his administration that he's still maintaining that, and all of this costs money, over 60 billion naira to maintain the presidential fleet alone. And how many times has the president gone on trip? The period while the president is lodged in the hospital in the UK and the presidential jet is parked somewhere, it costs hundreds of thousands of pounds to be able to keep that presidential jet for that number of days. And this is wastage of taxpayers' money. Nobody is saying that the president should not take care of his head.
Why do we find it hard as a country to, cut the wastages and block revenue leakages, in our government?
It's lack of political will. All that the government does majorly now in terms of fiscal budgeting is incremental form of allocation. They are also accommodating inflation. Look at the idea and the amount of recurrent expenditure for 2023, for example. You discover that we are not living like a country that is facing scarcity in terms of paucity of funds. So we are living as if everything is right. The only area where we feel that all is not well with the nation is for the common man. I just told you of a report yesterday for a presidential a campaign flag off, 30 private and charter jets landed. Where did this money come from? For that number of hours that they will be in jobs, they will be charged specific amount of dollars. That is what it takes. It depends on the size of the jet. That is the amount. This is even for campaign. You understand? There was a time a wedding took place too. Around 30 private jets also landed. And the outside world will be looking at us and be laughing at us, especially when we go on the international community to beg for debt forgiveness. They will look at us as very, very unserious people. We are living more than our means. We are living a larger than life attitude. And at the end of the day, we are saying that we do not have our money. So the president did not promise us that medical tourism will be on the rise when he gets into office. But the president is a chief culprit if we come to the issue of medical tourism. The other time he came from medical trip abroad, I think in 2017 or so, he said he has never been this sick. We thought the president would want to replicate, if not totally, at least in some major aspect of the medical facility in the United Kingdom where he have access to, replicate them in the country. What is the state of our tertiary hospitals in Nigeria today? That's the issue that we are talking about. We talk about brain drain and what have you. The hospital that the president goes to for medical checkup, if things were not properly fixed, will he be able to access medical help from such hospital? Of course, we understand that Rome is not built in a day. Nobody is saying that the president should transform the health sector within 24 hours, but cautious effort and steps must be put in place to ensure that we revamp the medical sector in Nigeria vis-a-vis retaining our own doctors. Doctors are leaving the country in droves, and people feel that, why should they leave? They should not leave. Where the president of the country is eager at any point in time to attend to routine medical check, not even as if the president is sick or having an emergency situation. Routine medical check. You can decide to bring your doctors to Asurok to attend to you, or at the end of the day, you access healthcare facility in the country. But this is where we find ourselves in the country, where we say something else when we are out of government, and when we get to government, we do completely what is different at the detriment of the taxpayers.
Okay, so yesterday, Atiku Abubakar tweeted a couple of things on his official Twitter page. One of those things, I'm going to privatize our crude oil refineries and make Nigeria the hub of crude oil refining in Nigeria. Now, doesn't it seem a little too late for this? The quest for crude oil is starting to reduce in various parts of the world, and the world is now gearing towards solar power, hydropower, clean energy, and now that's what we intend to, maybe not now, but what I'm saying is, shouldn't we be ahead of the times now?
But you always know that Nigeria is never ahead of anything, especially something that is positive and good. That's just the truth of the matter. Sentiment apart and politics apart, I think the issue of privatization of our refinery is imminent. That's the truth of the matter. Atiku Abubakar has not hidden the fact that when he becomes the president of Nigeria, he will privatize the refineries. The refineries are becoming moribund. They are not working. Not even at all. So why keeping servicing what is not working, what is not productive? The various refineries in the country have become like a cost center for the government. And when you have a cost center, what do? Simple economics teaches us that when you are in need of money, some things that you can do, you can cut down your expenses or you look for a way to generate more money. Obasanjo wanted to do this maliciously then. I put that word. He was not doing it in good faith at that time because he spent 8 years in office and he attempted to privatize our refinery a week to the expiration of his tenure. And the incoming administration saw it as a booby trap. NSC at that time worked against it and said, oh, if you privatize our national asset, what is the essence of a national asset that has constituted a cost center to the government? That's the issue. These refineries are not working. We service them. We budget large amount of money for turnaround maintenance. We pay staffs and workers that are in this refinery for doing nothing. So this is the issue. Some people are telling us today that any man that does not work should not eat. That ASU did not work, so they shouldn't be paid. How about those who work in this refinery that the Kaduna refinery could not refine a barrel of crude in the year 2020? That's the issue. They are moribund. So for Atiku to come up to say that we'll privatize it, if we have investors, core investors, competent investors that have the technical know-how to manage this refinery, in my view, I think there's nothing wrong in privatizing our refineries.
Okay, we need to go on another commercial break and we'll be back. Stay tuned.
FM 94.9.
So, here's exactly what 7-Up's Fido Dido thinks about life. That's right, Fido has no time to think, and overthink life. Fido just does Fido. Fido likes to chill out on billboards and sip several cans, bottles, and glasses of 7-Up. In fact, when Fido isn't sipping 7-Up, he's drinking it. Fido chooses to be a black and white character who gives the world 1,000,000,001 colors. And when Fido doesn't feel like talking on radio, he gets people like me to talk for Fido is Fido. And you should be you, because nothing shall pass.
7-Up, be you, nothing sure pass. 7-Up, the diff is clear.
No matter what I do, you love me unconditionally. You show up for me every day, no matter when I show you.
A mother's love is unconditional. Nothing serves this love better than a bowl of Indomie. So, show some love with Indomie.
Ǹjẹ́ òun wá ọ̀nà láti máa ní àfikún owó lẹ́gbẹ̀ẹ́ kan lẹ́yìn tó bá ṣiṣẹ́ fún sáà díẹ̀ lójúmọ́? Ó yá darapọ̀ mọ́ àwọn aṣojú Jumia tá a mọ̀ sí J-Force Agents. Ìwọ ṣáà ti ran àwọn oníbàárà lọ́wọ́ láti ṣe ìbéèrè fún ọjà tí wọ́n fẹ́ rà. Kó fi àwọn àkànṣe ètò tó bá wà nílẹ̀ tó wọn létí. Kó sì máa gba owó lọ látara ìpín lórí gbogbo ọjà tí wọ́n bá rà. Nípasẹ̀ rẹ̀ ló bá tán. Lọ forúkọsílẹ̀ báyìí láti di aṣojú J-Force ti Jumia ní ibùdó ìgbà ọjà tó súnmọ́ jùlọ tàbí kó pè sórí 091-393-75347. Ẹ tún gbọ́ o 091-393-75347 láti bẹ̀rẹ̀. Jumia, ohun èlò ojoojúmọ́ rẹ lárọ̀ọ́wọ́tó rẹ.
Hi, my name is Tenny Makanaki, and did you know the metaverse is made for us to create, to free our imagination, and bring our biggest ideas to life? If you can dream it, you can create it. With Metaspark, your music isn't just for your fans at home. Your augmented reality stage can be anywhere. Dress up your avatar and give it some bling. And your next art piece can also be a one-of-a-kind digital collectible. So what are you waiting for? Come flex first in the metaverse with Meta Technologies. Naija, go to meta.com to discover how.
It's
ó tó. ṣé mo ṣe dáadáa.
ìyá mi ẹ ṣe dáadáa èmi náà fẹ́ di eléré orí ìtàgé bíi tiyín.
ọmọ mi ní ẹ̀bùn ọpọlọ torí ẹ̀ ni mo ṣe máa ń tì lẹ́yìn nípa mímú lọ wo àgbéjọ àwọn òṣèré.
ọmọ yín gbìyànjú.
mo máa ń ràn lọ́wọ́ lórí àkọ́wò rẹ̀.
ẹ forí balẹ̀ fún ìdá mi.
ò káre Twisco ni mo máa ń fún un kára ẹ̀ lè jí pépé.
Màámi, wọ́n ti mú mi fẹ́rẹ́ náà.
àsìkò tèmi náà rèé láti fi yangàn fún àwọn ọmọ rẹ ní Twisco láti ṣe àtìlẹ́yìn èròǹgbà wọn. Twisco fún un lágbára láti mérò ọkàn rẹ̀ ṣẹ.
Everybody won't connect to something greater. Connect to the moment, the winning goal, to history. Una fit do am now. Watch the FIFA World Cup Qatar 2022 on Showmax Pro. Oh yeah now. Stream all 64 matches of the World Cup live from Super Sport on Showmax. Experience every game, anywhere, on up to 2 devices. It is available in HD and 4K also. Icho. Almost sign up now at showmax.com.
ẹ ǹlẹ́ o alábàágbé mi mo ní kí n wá bẹ̀yìn wò ni. ìyá Bíọ́lá àlàáfíà la wà. ẹ ṣeun. mo kọ yín kọ wọ́n wà. ẹ̀yin náà ńkọ́. kódà ìyá mi lábúlé gan wà lálàáfíà. ìyá Bíọ́lá ṣé kò sí. mẹ́wòó ìtasọ́sọ́ jọ̀lọ́ fún yóò jẹ́ rímú mi o ni mo bá ní wá fọwọ́ ara mi tún ara mi ṣe.
ẹ wọlé wá jẹ́wọ́ jàre.
àgbẹ̀ ìyẹ̀fun ìsẹ̀bẹ̀ ọ̀ngá jọ̀lọ́ọ̀fù tuntun dé o. ohun ìsẹ̀bẹ̀ tó fúnrẹ́sì jọ̀lọ́ọ̀fù yín lójúlówó adùn àti ìtasọ́sọ́ jọ̀lọ́ọ̀fù tí ò ṣeé kọ̀ sílẹ̀.
Onga, Mama's helping hand.
Better don land o! Close up toothpaste don carry the senior brother of Awoof enter town. When you buy 140 grams close up, you go get free 25 grams close up complete fresh protection with no extra cost. That is to say, for every 140 grams close up red toothpaste wey you buy, free 25 grams close up complete fresh protection dey there for you. Make una rush am as e dey hot before e finish. Close up, stay fresh and protected.
Kids Twisco to support their big dreams.
Twisco, power your dream.
32 FM 94.9.
FM 94.9. Welcome back from the commercial break. We open the phone lines 0809 7000 949 0705 5949 and 0906 2000 949. Austin Adumo. Today is Wednesday. On Monday, precisely, we spoke about certain magic that happened to the Naira. The dollar and the Naira gaining against the greenback. What to do?
Yes,
yesterday.
We said it was artificial.
That's gone back to like 820 naira to $1.
Yes, we said it was artificial because economically speaking, the federal government did not intervene. It was just the FCC push. And another thing that throughout last week was the fact that the speculation, the rumor that the United States of America wants to mop up the greenback on the Africa continent. You know, there was this speculation that dollar that is printed anything below 2021 will be mopped up. Of course, we found out that that news was fake.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, I'm John Purple. I'm calling from Parliament. Also, complete YouTube. I read those comments. Even they may be correct in some media, but let me tell you, he who brings infected maggots into his compound will not grumble. This legal to take him as it is. And even people have reacted to the statement against the
Sorry, John and Jokri. We want to call us back. Your line isn't clear. And please, when you call us, turn down the volume on your radio. 009 7000, excuse me, 949 0906 2000 949. Good morning, Adenike and Tayo. About packing of various jets at APC presidential flag off campaign yesterday. Honestly, this is an indication that the position of leadership is not for the common man in Nigeria, but for the well-to-do people. That is why the problem of common man isn't taken into consideration whenever these people get to power. Raja Fiz Raja, we go to message sincerely. Something is really wrong with this country. Nigeria is blessed with surplus crude oil and other abundant natural resources, yet Nigeria still suffer. This is the period average Nigerian should be enjoying from the benefit of hike in the international fuel prices if our refineries are functioning well. But unfortunately, APC government has disappointed us by failing to rehabilitate our refineries for over 7 years. What a deceitful government. Omadi Adekule. Thank you, Bakis. Anajoran, we come to your message. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, Balsis Anajoran from Ibadan.
What a coincidence.
As regards subsidy, I could remember vividly when we had the protest in 2012 rather, and at least if the ruling party or those who gave negative criticism of Jonathan's administration had allowed him to completely remove subsidy, we would have normalized the situation right now. So if the ruling party criticized subsidy and called it a scam, why are they still paying subsidy? Then finally, that article said he is going to privatize our refineries. I think that was a very good point. We have very poor maintenance culture in Nigeria and in many African countries. And when you even look at our telecom companies, if they were owned by Nigerian government, something bad would have happened to them. So if the refineries were privatized, I'm very sure something good will come out of them. Good morning.
Thank you, Balkis. Of course, the finance minister said fuel subsidy will go by June 2023. Okay.
You should also tell us the effort that is being made by the government to make sure that our refinery come upstream. That's the truth. You can't just tell us that fuel subsidy should go. As a matter of economy, fuel subsidy should have gone. But nothing is in place to cushion that. That's the issue.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello, good morning. Okay.
I was writing to us in statement for me.
I think it's still the same challenge, John and Joko. You need to, redial, or just move it from where you are or leave your radio area. Okay, 09062000949. Greetings to you in the studio. Bola Chituamakwe. We go to a message. The rise of hunger and poverty in the country was caused by poor management of the nation's economy by the ruling APC. That's from Suleiman Sharif. We need to amend our constitution if we want equity and fairness in our dear nation. Olanrewaju Adedapo.
The numbers 0705 5949 and 0809 7949. Those are the numbers to share your thoughts with us this morning on the show. Did you see on the Punch? It says Nigeria's population hits 216 million naira. It almost seems like we're not even talking about census anymore, because I'm wondering, how did this figure come about? Although I feel that we're more than this.
It's an
there's a possibility.
Yes, there's the possibility. It's an estimated figure. We have not been able to get the actual census figure. That is why data collation, planning is far from where we are today. Because if you know the number of people that you have, with true and accurate data, you'll be able to make planning possible to ensure that basic amenities are provided for the teeming population. The government, the MPC, is still proposing 2023 for census. Of course, some of us kicked against it, that how can you have a national election and census, because census is just like another round of national election, because people have to go from one place to the other. Then the security situation in the country, does it allow for an accurate census at this time? So these are areas where the government can work on.
Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, I'm just from Calabar. Good morning, guys. Man, there's going to be subsidy next year. The federal government has told us so that removal of subsidy, and everybody in Nigeria knows this. But one thing is, the three leading presidential aspirants are not talking in this direction. They are talking in this direction, but in a very fair manner. So I don't see the reason why they should not talk in this direction. The reason why we should not ask them questions of how are you going to remove this subsidy? Is it in batches, in tranches, or do you want to remove it in full? Because nobody is talking.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
That was a good point from the caller.
Yes, very good points. They should be engaged. We need to know if you want to privatize, like Atiku has said about refinery, he wants to privatize refinery. Let's hope he will not sell it to his crony. Because if we do thorough privatization, it will be able to work. We privatize the telecom sector. It's working. The electricity sector we privatize. It is not working.
I really don't know the work or job of the, minister in charge of, minister in charge of petroleum.
Petroleum. The president is the minister.
You have refineries that are not working, and you have people who are drawing salaries.
Yes, people are drawing salary, and we are wasting billions of naira on turnaround maintenance. So that's the problem we have in the country. So on the issue of forest, I think no effort has been made. Like I said last week, it's artificial, and look at what is happening now. So if care is not taken, it might continue to rise. Dollar has ended its rally.
Thank you, Austin. We have to go.
Thank you for joining us this morning. My name is Adenike Ademuwagun.
And I am Olutayo. Ogunade. Have a great Wednesday. Bye for now.
The views and opinions expressed in this program are those of the guest analyst and do not necessarily reflect the recommendations or perspectives of 32 FM 94.9 Ibadan.
32 FM.
Ìkànnì Adẹ́rìn-Pòṣónú.
32 FM. The Pioneer Joy Station.